So hello everyone and welcome back to another video. This is Enzo and we're dropping in on this open front impossible mode gameplay. I'm spawning here in Iceland on the Europe map and I'm going to give you all a little bit of a show about how open front is doing, basically give you some thoughts on the game, probably walk you through some stuff, and also take on the challenge of taking over Europe from Iceland. So for those of you who don't know, open front is a kind of pixel simulation game where you're trying to take over the map. It's a lot like Territorial IO in some regards, but there's some key differences. The first being is that you have infrastructure. So you see here, you have a city, you have a defense post, missile silo, port, battleship, destroyer, hydrogen bomb, atom bomb. There is some cool stuff and some cool potential here. So there's various type of things that go on in open front. So the first thing that you need to do at the start of the game is you just need to click on other bots, basically try to take over some territory. I simultaneously, you saw me doing right there, have that agreement with Iceland. I just don't want to fight anyone at this point in time. Essentially, it's kind of my logic. And effectively, I'm just wanting to clean up my zone, get up as much of this land as I can here in Iceland. Oh, and the other thing, just so you know, is that you have these troops and these worker attack ratios. This has been modified to the attack ratio, or at least some of the balance with attacking so far. And essentially, I just want to increase, essentially, my troops to workers. So when this goes down, it basically just means that I'm getting more workers, which give me gold, which is kind of important for other aspects of the game, specifically the type of building stage. So I'm gonna send a boat over here. If I can send the boat, okay, there we go. So you right click, send the boat, that's good. I'm gonna also boat this just really quick, and I'm gonna go and make my attack ratio back up a little bit higher. And I imagine, it wouldn't surprise me because I bet Iceland allied with this bot, and that's what's going on here. So effectively, this is kind of the first stage of the game. I'm cleaning up the bots. Some of these other players or NPCs like Russia here, they have way more land and way more opportunity. So I'm gonna have to use some different strategies to try to get ahead in this game. And my main thought of how I'm going to do this is I'm going to try to get ahead with trade. So this is how the developer frames the game, that essentially trade is one of your most important things that you should be doing, and you should be starting it early. So I'm gonna just boat over here, try to take some of these islands and such. I'm also gonna try to send a boat over to this part of the map. So how you do trade effectively is that you just need to create a port. So a port costs 250K. I'm at 80, 90K right now. And what you can do with a port is you can trade with allies. So as you can see with this map, it almost looks like there's more nations actually that have been put into the game on impossible mode, which is actually pretty cool. But anyways, so the nations you see here, just so you understand what's going on, they're described as NPCs and the bots are bots. The NPCs or the nations, they basically have increased logic, and this is actually pretty cool because I have seen basically how this looks on intermediate mode, and effectively, it's just kind of like simpler, that there's not as many nations. And I want to see if I got it over here. I'm not sure if I did, so I'm going to try to send another boat. So you can see right there, I'm taking this right here, I'm sending out a boat, and I think all this is pretty cool. Hope I don't attack Norway by mistake. I don't think there's a way to kind of redirect boats once you send them, or kind of how that works. So in terms of this point of the game, in my plan, I just want to get a port, and effectively from there, I just want to start trading with people. And is England basically fighting with Iceland? It looks like that's the case. Or Ireland. Right. It looks like they're in a fight. And I'm going to actually send another boat over here. I want to be using my troops. And, okay, is this me? I think that might be me. So I'm going to try to send a boat over here. Yeah. So you see that? This is my boat. I'm going to try to take this. I'm just trying to get some footholds. And my thought is that if I can get a port and essentially start trading with people, I can start using cities, which are 125. I don't want to do it right now, to basically up the land that I have, so I have a little bit more of an edge. So I'm going to start attacking this. I'm going to see if I can ally with Norway. Another thing you should know in this game is that essentially that it seems like the more alliances you have, and I think people have talked about this, the more likelihood of basically people rejecting it. So yeah, And the other thing is if you betray alliance, you get like this red mark of the traitor and then people will hate you. So yeah, this game as it stands, it's currently in alpha, and look at, what is this? Is this Spain? Wow, damn, Spain got up there and took all this kind of weird borders and stuff. So I actually now have enough resources to build a port, so I'm gonna do that. And effectively, how the port works is that they start sending out trade ships. And I think this is a trade ship right here. But one of the things that you can see is that other players, they can build these like destroyers or other ships that effectively sink trade ships, or they capture them. I can't remember what does what. Let me just actually pull this up. So I think the destroyers capture trade ships and the battleships sink them. So this right here, you're seeing that. That is, oh yeah. That's basically, who is that? That's a Germany trade ship that's effectively, or it's a Germany destroyer that's captured my trade ships. So that's not really that great. So I might try to counter that by basically building a battleship. 500k, that's actually a ton. So not sure about that. I kind of want to get some trade going, but that's looking kind of tough right now. So I think this is some trade ships from Iceland right here. So we're going to see what this gives me. There should be something that pops up. So I got 101k gold. That is actually really, really good. So in terms of that, I'm happy on that front. I see that some shit's going down here that people are attacking, and I'm going to actually just put in a defense post right here. I think Belgium actually just attacked me right there. And given like my population, if you look down here, is around like 80k, I think it might make sense to attack them. I'm going to see if I can ally Sweden, and the defense post, it essentially just makes my territory harder to capture. So yeah, and some of the changes that have taken place. Let me see, did I try to ally this guy? I don't know if I can ally that guy. Let me try one more time. I don't know if it's gonna work. Impossible mode might be legitimately like really, really tough. And I think my outpost got captured, so go figure. I'm gonna actually do some different stuff. I'm gonna start building cities over here that basically increase my cap so that I have a little bit more of a buffer in terms of what I can do. It looks like that got captured by Belgium. So not the greatest, but not the end of the world either. And what is this? Am I being attacked by Spain? That is interesting. So I'm gonna actually push back on that. And I don't know if I can fight back against Spain. We actually have pretty similar troop counts. So this is gonna be a challenge potentially with Impossible Mode. They took my, did they take my port? Is this me? Yeah, they did take my port. That is something I guess I need to be really conscious of, because that is kind of crap that can just happen like that. And Spain is just fighting me. They are just going after me. Go fucking figure. So, I need my port back to actually have a shot in this game, I think. And I'm going to keep building cities, because I think that's going to be my game plan kind of long term. That I'm going to try to win off of this strategy of essentially just increasing my population. I do really need to trade though, because if I don't trade, I think I'm probably gonna be like totally done. And I don't get like how Spain is attacking this much. Like, it's very confusing to me. So I'm gonna increase my attack ratio just a little bit more. And I think one of the cool things that they've updated is you can see how much gold a given country has at this point in time. So I'm gonna actually see if I can build another port right here. I don't think I can. So 500k, I'm at 200k. I just want my trade ships to start going, so I finally have a shot at this. And I kind of want this back. And the other thing I'm thinking about is essentially what I'm going to do next. So I think I'm going to try to take some of this from Spain. And from here, I think I might want to try to just get another port. Like, I don't know if I want to build the port or I just want to steal Spain's port. I kind of like the idea of stealing Spain's port just because it'll be more efficient. And I think I have enough for a city. So I'm going to build one more city. Oh, no, I don't. The city cost has gone up. So I'm going to send another boat right here. I'm going to basically just try to take ports. That is my thought. And hopefully with my trade with Iceland, because I think I might keep them alive just as like a trade partner. And you see this, Spain went down to like 30k from all these attacks. So I think there might be some kind of like programming with like the bots or the NPCs that they're like, if you attack someone, they'll just like go all out on you. So I'm at 90k. I'm gonna send another attack. Clearly this isn't being super efficient, as kind of the rest of the map is getting decked by Georgia. I'm kind of playing like a side quest almost. So in terms of my goal, I have about 500k, and I'm gonna actually just show you what the ships are like. So I'm gonna build a destroyer. Maybe that'll help me out. That would be good. And I'm gonna also just start trying to take some of this stuff from Spain. Basically, you see right here, this destroyer, it goes and captures that trade ship, and then I think it reroutes over to one of my areas. So one of the things too that you should know with the game is that when you get more ports, they start becoming more expensive. So you see it's now 1 million. And yep, Spain's attacking me. That all makes sense. I think I'm going to put another port up here just to have a backup. So let me see. Actually, I can't. So it costs way too much. So alliances also expire, and that's something you should consider. I tried to re-ally Iceland here just because I like the idea of having them as a trade partner and basically the advantages of that. In terms of the rest of the map, England is my friend, but I think that's probably going to go away in a second. And I would like to ally France if I can, just to potentially have some additional like security with my trade ships. So it looks like both of our, oh yeah, it looks like, I think this is mine. Yeah, that's mine. And this is one of the new things. Oh, I'm being attacked by France. I do not want to allow that. That is not good. So I'm going to take that. And it looks like my destroyer, it increases in health, and I'm going to try to get these back. I want to basically just try to use this part of the map that I have, get trade going, build cities and increase my cap, and I'm eventually going to get the missile silo, which I'm sure you all could imagine what that does, and go from there. So it looks like another one of my ports got taken by Spain. This is the kind of thing with this game, like having all these islands, it's kind of finicky. Like if I was just playing just normally, I would probably pick like one of these spawns that has more potential for carry. Because you see, I'm in 13th place with 1% of the land. Like that is not a way to basically be successful. So I just got a ton of gold from probably trading. And I'm gonna actually just try to increase my ship presence down here, because I want to make sure that essentially, and this is another kind of buggy thing, sometimes clicking on a port can be really scuffed, so I might need to send out this destroyer from this port. Yeah, you see this? I'm still trying to basically click on this port. And let me keep on trying. So you see, this is one of the things, like, I think the developer, oh no, England has, or did I betray them, or did they betray me? I don't really know. So there we go, finally got it. So I'm gonna build another destroyer. I'm gonna just try to have a few of these. Like, I'd like to have like a fleet around here and basically just make it so that I can kind of have all these helping to protect my trade, because that's how I think things should be going all right. So I'm also going to build some of these defense posts. It's probably kind of a little too role player-ish, to be super frank. And I'm going to see if I can ally Sweden. So you see that 132k from Iceland. That is like ridiculous. That is a ton of gold. That's way more than you get from workers. You can see I'm already at 1.32 million. I am going to keep most of my cities, just to be frank, back here, just because I think this is a lot safer of an area. And I can't remember, I didn't build a port there. So Sweden's my trade partner. France is going down. I see Algeria down there. And I think at this point in the game, I can start thinking about kind of next steps. Like the whole advantage of building cities and stuff like that is I have, you can see I'm basically on cap in terms of like my troops and my population. I'm actually going to lower this a little bit. And I have more troops than even the crown at this point. So I could potentially start using these for different things. So this is England's port. And I could think about going for Algeria. But for right now, I'm going to see what I can build. So I can keep building cities, but I think I'm going to start with missile silo. And missile silo's super cool. You can launch missiles. Like, this is the kind of infrastructure that makes this game really interesting, and I really, really want to see more of stuff like this. Like, the other things I want to see is I want to see surface-to-air missiles. I also think we need some other things besides cities. Like, I think it would be cool if you had something like mines or like farms, because in this game, there's a few different types of terrain. You can see here this kind of white. That is mountains. I think this other one's, it's like highlands or something like that. And this green is, it's like plains. So you can advance through the plains really, really quick. But the mountains, not so much. It's a lot slower and it's a lot more defensible. So in essence, like, I just think that there would be cool to have other infrastructure. Like, maybe you can have tanks that can kind of patrol on the land, like these ships. That would be neat. You have maybe like artillery that can defend advances from certain things, as you see that Poland is going into Algeria, which has conquered a lot of Spain, and France is now in Spain, so that's interesting. But yeah, I think infrastructure would be cool. I've heard some people make some suggestions about like train tracks for trade. Like, land trade totally makes sense. And I'd love to see this game get like more infrastructure so you get more complexity with what's going on. I'm gonna send a boat over there, do that. And really right now, it's almost like a lot of waiting. I think I can keep on building cities. I think it caps out at 1 mil. I think I had the option for one other thing. Yeah, I can do an atom bomb. Which atom bombs, for your information, they're not as good as the hydrogen bombs. Like, the hydrogen bombs are totally devastating. Like, a hydrogen bomb, it could blow up like all of Crimea and all of this. Just leave it in a wreck. So in terms of what's going on, that's pretty much open front. It's really kind of cool. You can actually, there's actually multiplayer, and I'll let y'all know if you've stuck this far. If I stream, which it's still to be determined. I probably should stream, man. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'll probably do a game of this. Like, I think this would be so much fun. So in terms of what my next play is, I think maybe, I just want to see what my troop count is. It's 275. I think I'm going to start just attacking Algeria. I like that idea. I like the idea of using my troops, and I think I should just go for it. Starting a war makes sense. This is the kind of boring thing about the game. I think there's a lot of gridlock in terms of like how things get played. And with my advance, I'm also going to put a defense post right here just to fortify that. It's going to make it very much harder to push back. And how apparently the meta is with essentially attacking is there's been some rebalance or something like that. I think like what Algeria's doing, it looks like they've almost like full sent me to try to get me off of their land. I don't think that works. Maybe that hasn't been updated in terms of balance. Who freaking knows? I don't know. So I'm just going to keep on pushing right here. And I just have more troops. So I think I'm pretty much good. It doesn't look like my trade's actually doing that good though, which is kind of unfortunate. Not sure what's going on there. And yeah, like, I don't totally get why I don't have more trade. If I have trade partners with England, if I am trade partners with Iceland, and I honestly, like, when our alliance ends, I might just take them out. Oh yeah, and look at this. Some people are betraying Algeria. So I'm going to start trying to advance here, a few fronts, basically just try to get this going, and try to take a little bit more of the land. Apparently, how the game is supposed to be set up eventually is that impossible mode, like, you might need to work with a team. But for right now, it looks pretty good. So I'm just advancing here, down through south of France, down through Santander. Santander is a cool city. Wasn't my favorite when I was in Spain. That was a while ago, though. And I think I'm going to try to take out France, because one of the things that happens in this game, when you take out another country, I think you get all their gold. So you can see in the bottom right, okay, did I get rid of France? I'm not sure if I got rid of France. I don't know. Oh, France is right here. So I can take that, I think. I think the other part of France is down here. So Algeria is slowly going down. I'm going to actually put a, if I can click on the port. If I could click on the port. So yeah, developer, if you're watching this, make it easier to freaking click on the ports. I'm going to put another destroyer down here just so I have a presence. And I'm just going to keep on going for Algeria. And I'm eventually going to get France. Some of my trade, it looks like it's actually starting and doing okay. How is this? Oh, that's how it almost looks like a visual bug. Like, when I go over here, it says my land, but it's showing like it's France's port. So I don't get that. That's kind of weird. That's definitely weird. So, slowly getting this. I hope if I take out France, I get like their 10 million gold. That's what I've seen before when I blew up Africa and the Middle East. Yeah, you see that? Conquered France, 10.8 million gold. So that's actually a really good strategy for getting gold too. And I do see Georgia over there. They're doing really well. I'm going to use some of my gold that I got to get some more cities just to up my cap a little more. But just taking the Maghreb, taking Algeria, this all looks good. And Algeria is going to go down pretty soon. So I'm just going to keep on going. I'm going to try to get rid of all of these little Algerian islands just to get the rest of this. And it looks like someone has potentially a boat down here. And I'm going to put out a battleship to try to sink that. So that destroyer has 1,000. I think battleships are stronger. So, right. Oh, but that's England. So this is already looking really good. And in terms of next up, I have 33 mil. I think I'm going to end the game just by attacking. I think I'm actually going to betray England. And I'm just going to see what this does. You broke your alliance with England, making you a traitor. You're now being attacked by Iceland. Right. Okay, so if you do that, I guess everyone goes after you. So that's war. That's war on everyone, I guess. So everyone should be going after me. I'm actually, just for fun, I'm just going to betray Sweden too. So no more trade. And I have 40 mil, so I'm going to show you what hydrogen bomb does. That... I'm going to show you what this does. So I can't remember where I put my missile silo. I think that's one of them. But we're just going to keep an eye on this. So we see all this stuff going on. There's some people going into England. And those two bombs should absolutely wreak havoc. So I think that's the bomb, if you see right there. So you look at that. That is devastating. Sweden probably can't recover. So I'm going to send another one right on Georgia. And fallout zone, so that's what that effective green is. It apparently can't be advanced through as fast as my understanding. So I'm just kind of sweeping on through here. So is Georgia, but they're going to have a problem in a second. I'm going to also send another hydrogen bomb right here on the border between Sweden and Georgia. Basically make their life a little bit tougher. And just kind of blitzkrieg through here. So I'm not sure where my bombs are or my missiles. There's one. So this is what I'm talking about. I think you should be able to have surface-to-air missiles that shoot these down. I don't know if you get a notification yet. So that is devastating on Georgia. That is huge. That is ridiculous. I'm going to also send one down here. Basically wreak some havoc there. Here comes the other one. You can see right here. And that is going to be big. Right. So that's essentially how you play Warfront. I think it's cool. I don't know how the multiplayer meta works, because there are some people who are playing it. So, like, if you want to play this game, I would just go join their Discord. It looks pretty cool. I think it has a ton of potential. And I'm going to actually just do something to make this go a little bit quicker. I'm going to put a missile silo right on my front line. And right there, yep. And I'm just going to keep on going with that. So, hydrogen bomb there. And just so you can see, like, what a atom bomb looks like. This is well, let's watch this first. So there goes that took out all the ports. So atom bomb, let's launch it right here. It is, oh, this is gonna hit me. So don't do that to yourself, but it's much more limited, right? You can see that. So there goes Sweden. Now I'm just gonna go into Georgia. I'm going to keep up the pressure with the bombs just to try to push people down. And yeah, so Sweden's hanging on. I think it's worth just attacking and increasing kind of attack speed with this. And I'm going to take out this. This is Sweden here. And this is, I think this might be England. And I think if I take out England, I think, you see that. So I'm going to see if I can basically get this to go a little bit further away, and I can get the boat over there. So that's good. And did I get England? I captured Poland. Okay, yeah, so actually capturing other NPCs, good strategy, definitely makes sense. I think I just got Sweden, and now I should just go for Georgia, and I should just like click a ton on these things. Basically just try to move into the radiation zones. I don't know if they ever go away or what goes on. I think it's just like that they're just more difficult to capture or something like that. So go figure. In terms of who's left, Iraq is there. England, who is this? Who is this? Is this, this is England. So England's still in the game. They have 25 million gold. So that would be good to attain. And going from here, gonna go in this far. And I'm just gonna say this, if you got this far of the video, if you could leave it a like, comment, subscribe, let me know what you think. Definitely would appreciate it. Helps out the channel. And I'd also be curious to hear what you think about what would make sense to add to this game. I think it's pretty cool. And yeah, so in terms of mopping it up, this is pretty much it. Yeah, this is Open Front in a nutshell, and that's also how you win from Iceland. So I think for the rest of this, I'm just going to montage it. So anyways, thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see y'all in the next video.